Good morning, Coach Tasha here. I'm a Christian life purpose coach, and truly my heart is helping women to understand, define, and pursue and live a life of purpose. That truly is my heart. I have recently been on this 15-day journey to share with you the 15 things that truly helped me live a life of purpose. So today we're on day 3. Day 1, we talked about acknowledgement. Day 2, we talked about self-care. And today on day 3, we're going to be talking about facing fear. And of course, we're using 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. The scripture says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and of a what? A sound mind." When we talk about fear, really there's kind of 2 areas that we can talk about. And I'm going to try to brush lightly on this because otherwise I'll go into my full coaching program. But when we talk about fear, we kind of have to address 2 different things. The spirit of fear, which is it's a negative heaviness, a negative spirit that is put on you to keep you from going where you need to go, doing what you need to do. It truly does hold you back. And then there is a natural kind of fear that's inside of you that is caution, right? It's kind of telling you, don't go there, don't do that. We have to have discernment to figure out which of the 2 we are approaching. They don't tend to feel the same. And if we actually take the time to really think about it and take a deep dive, we do understand that they don't feel the same. When we talk about the spirit of fear, that heaviness, that like trembling fear that is trying to keep us away from something that we know that we deserve, know that we need to do, know that we have to do, know that we're called to do, that is when we have to choose to face it and embrace the sound mind that God has for us. I'll share with you that I have always had a fear of public speaking. Always. My voice would tremble. My hands would sweat. I could barely get through a speech for school, any of the things. It wasn't until I really accepted the call over my life to preach and teach publicly that I actually faced that fear, and I actually prayed to God, you got to do this for me. You got to do this through me because I can't do this in my own strength. And the moment that I relinquished all of it to God, gave it to God, when I stood in that pulpit to speak, the voice that came out of me after the first minute or 2 of my trembling and normalness was a voice that I had never heard. It truly was me going in the power of God. And that is really what we have to do when we talk about facing that spirit of fear. We have to choose to go in the power of God because greater is He that is in us than he that is in the world. And then when we talk about just that spirit, well, not the spirit of fear, but the fear that's down inside of us, that innate nature that is telling us, hey, hold on, caution. We really need to figure out where we need to stop, what we need to do, where we need to go. It's okay with taking a moment to figure out the direction that you're supposed to be going in. So I'm going to stop right there before I dive too deep. But that really is what we're talking about when we talk about facing fear. Many of my clients, I said I was going to stop, but I'm going to say this. Many of my clients tell me that they have a fear of failure. And my question to them is always this, and I'll leave you with this. Do you have a fear of failure or do you have a fear of public failure? Most of us have a fear of public failure. Most of us have a fear of public failure. We don't want the embarrassment. But at the end of the day, we're all human and we all fail. You actually picking yourself up and starting over again is probably ministering to someone more than you actually being scared of failing and being embarrassed and then running away and hiding. Face your fear. Face your fear. It can only make you better. Y'all have a blessed day.